McGuffin with Agents Alliance, and I want to talk to you for a few minutes about some accounting procedures that you might not be aware of, things that you do differently as an independent agent than you do as a captive agent. When you're a captive agent, the company keeps pretty tight controls over the money. In other words, they're going to send an invoice to your customers. Your customers are going to pay the company. Then the company will send you a commission check. If someone should bring a check into your office, then you have a very clear responsibility to get that check to the company as soon as possible. And I remember from my days back at Farmers, we really preferred if someone came in the office that they made the check out to Farmers, and then you could just send the money in and not to make the check out to the agent. When you're an independent agency, it's a little different. You're going to have two different types of accounting that you're going to have to deal with on the insurance agency side of things. Now, these are separate from the accounting that goes on in your office. Your back office accounting that you have to deal with are going to be things like calculating your payroll, making sure you pay your taxes, making sure that all the bills and expenses are paid. All those accounting functions happen as a product of managing and running the small business. But as far as managing and running the insurance agency side, there's two things that you've got to know. Number one is direct bill carriers. Some carriers are direct bill just like your Farmers agent or your Farmers carrier or State Farm, where the company will send an invoice to the client. The client then turns around and sends the money back to the company. The company will give you your commission out of that. We have several carriers on the independent agency side, and a lot of your personal insurance carriers do business just like that. There will be times whenever people will come into your office and they will make a check out to your agency, and you'll have a premium trust account that you'll deposit that money in. And the expectation is that you take all that money and you send it back to the carrier, and it's simple. Smooth transitions are easy. Now, there's another piece called agency bill. There are a lot of carriers out there, most of them are on the commercial insurance side, that are known as agency bill carriers. Now, the way that works is let's say that you write a new business policy today. That company will send the invoice for the premium to your agency. It's your job to then go to the customer and collect the money, deposit it into your premium trust account, and then you take the premium portion of that and you send it back to the company. In theory, and I think by law in most states, you're required to have a premium trust account. And let's say, for example, the premium is $10,000. Your commission is $1,500. So you're going to go collect the $10,000 from the customer. You're going to place all the $10,000 into your premium trust account. From there, you're going to write a check to the company for $8,500. Then you're going to write a check to yourself for the $1,500 for your commission piece. So the accounting, all that's all clean and very clear. What happens is you find agencies that run all this money through their general ledger. When they run it through their general ledger, it's the same account that commissions come into. It's the same account that they pay the bills out of. It's the same account that they pay the producers out of. And then they're also running premium through that account. It's hard to keep track of and keep up with everything when you do it that way. If you write one account, pretty simple. If you write 10 accounts, new business in a month, it gets a little more complicated. If in any given month you have 10 new business policies, plus you might have another 8 or 10 renewal policies, and every carrier's renewal dates are running a little differently, so every day or week you may have another policy coming in, that's an agency bill policy. You've got to make sure the premium gets collected, that it gets ran through the proper accounting procedures, and then the companies get paid, and then you take your commission out of that. So over time, as you build a book of business that has a lot of this agency bill type stuff in it, that premium managing that, the accounting on that can get very complicated. So you've got to have procedures in place to make sure that you manage that part of your business accurately and correctly. If you don't, and carriers don't get paid, coverage doesn't get extended to the customer, you're facing an E&O situation. If the carrier binds coverage on a policy, then the indebtedness for that goes to you, the agent, not to the customer. So they bind coverage, they extend a policy, that policy is in force. Then you become indebted to the carrier to make sure that gets paid. Whether you collected from the client or not doesn't really matter. The carrier paid the premium, or the carrier issued the policy. It's your job to collect the premium and get that money back to the company. So having procedures in place to make sure that your agency bill accounting functions are accurate and they're kept up to date on a daily basis is essential in managing your independent agency and making sure that you don't find yourself in trouble down the road because something didn't get covered, something didn't get paid, something didn't get handled correctly. Now, Again, James and Eric are here. They can answer your questions on this. James has been doing this for a really long time. He loves the accounting part of what we do and has some very, very good accounting procedures going on at Agents Alliance so that whenever our members have these situations come up, they don't have to deal with this. So touch base with Eric, James. If you have questions about this portion of this presentation, again, in the comments below when you get the link to the YouTube channel, you'll be able to click on a link there, go to my bio, and from there you can schedule time on my calendar so that you and I can meet and discuss in any detail whatever questions you might have.